Hey, hello everybody. It is Knox from the bunker. Gonna start with a walkthrough today called Pickle Rick. We're on Try Hack Me, and I'm using my alter ego Frank. This is not my normal profile on here, so this is Frank, and he's using the Surprise Pika as his because that's normally Frank. He's usually in a surprise Pika kind of mood all the time. So this is a great room to start with because there are a couple different ways that we can solve the room. And so first we're going to solve the room in a very, very beginner friendly way, because if we go to the room, which by the way, if you've never been to Try Hack Me, get signed up, get to the dashboard. This is a free room, so you can do it for free. And then you can go to learn right here. So here's the dashboard. You go to learn and we go to search. It's right here, search. And now we're going to type in Pickle for Pickle Rick. And there he is right there. And we're going to go ahead and open him in a new tab. Actually, I already had done that, but I'm trying to show you some things, trying to help you out. So we go to the Pickle Rick room. In fact, Frank hasn't even joined the room yet. So when you get here, the first thing you're going to have to do is join the room. So we're going to join the room. And now that we have joined the room, we scroll down and we can start taking a look. Now, if you've never seen these rooms before, you have some tabs across the top here: scoreboard, video, good video by John Hammond here, but we're not doing that. We're doing my video. So we're going to watch this video. And then there's discussion, which really the better discussion is on the Discord if you're going to get really into it. And of course, lots of write-ups here and more. So we scroll down here, and here is the room. This room is cool because we're gonna click Start Machine, because you always have to start the machine, and then see it says to access this machine you'll either need the VPN or the attack box, and we're gonna just hit I think. Do I have to do that? I think I can just skip. Yeah, you can just skip it and close it, because this room doesn't require either. This room, you don't have to use the attack box, which is a Kali box, or your own personal Kali box, which if you're going to start doing this, that's what you need to do. You need to spin up your own Kali machine, hook up the VPN, and be able to do it. But what I'm going to show you today is this room can be done without the VPN, and you can kind of get a feel for what this is going to be like without having to go through that. So this is great, and I'm glad I figured that out. There's going to be the back half of this video. I'll show you how to do it with a machine, but the front half here, we'll do it without having to use the attack box or having your own machine. Okay, so I was just kind of stalling there for a second. The IP address you see here, that means the box is up. So normally you would attach the VPN, and you would know you're attached because it would say that you go up here and you could see you were attached to it, and then you would navigate to this. This is an internal, a private IP address, and you would be able to get to that. But you can't if you're not on the VPN. But this particular room has access right here to an actual DNS address, HTTPS here. So if we open this in a new tab, it'll work. I need to see how many more rooms are like this, because it's kind of cool. All right, so here's the room. It's not coming. There we go. Oh, maybe. Wow. What? Rick, what's wrong? Rick is really messed up. Okay, so he says, listen, Morty, I need your help. I've turned myself into a pickle again, and this time I can't change back. Oh, no. I need you, Morty, to log into my computer and find the last 3 secret ingredients to finish my pickle reverse potion. Only problem is I have no idea where the password was. Help, Morty, help. Okay, so if we go back to the room for just a second, you'll see these rooms are set up, and you've got to answer the question. So what's the first ingredient Rick needs, the second ingredient Rick needs, and the third ingredient Rick needs? These are called flags. And so we're searching for the flags on the machine. So we don't have access to the machine, and we're not going to get access to the machine. We're going to do it completely from here in the website. So we're going to just do some basic reconnaissance to try to figure out how we can get there from here. All right, so whenever you're doing recon, especially in a CTF on a website, we always want to view the source. So if we right click here and we view page source, we get the source code for the page. That's really small. Make that a little bigger so you following along at home can see this. So here we go. And we see here, this is a comment. This is an HTML comment. And it says here, note to self, remember username Riculous, or Rick Rules. I'm sorry, not Riculous, Rick Rules, with his leet spelling. So that's a username. So we've got a username already. So we're going to copy that and remember that for later. And then if we go back to our page again, one of the things that we always want to look for on a website is this little file called robots.txt. Now, robots.txt is a file that websites put on their website to be able to tell crawlers if there are pages that are restricted. Like Google crawls everything, right? It crawls the entire web. And so the robots.txt will tell crawlers like Google or Bing or whatever, like, hey, crawl these directories, but don't crawl these directories because they're sensitive or whatever, which if they're sensitive, they shouldn't be out there online. But that's what a robots.txt is. So let's see if there is one for the site. There is, and wouldn't you know it, it is wubba lubba dub dub. Of course it would be wubba lubba dub dub because that's, Rick likes that. Likes to say that a lot. So let's go back to the site again. In fact, I'm going to just open it in a new tab one more time. So now we found the robots.txt with wubba lubba dub dub. We found this source with Riculous, and I did just think of something that would be hard for you to find if you were only doing this through the web, but I'm gonna help you out here. You're gonna get this for free. I'm gonna let you know that there is another page here called login.php. I guess this is the only thing you'd probably have a hard time finding if you were doing it all just through the website without any real recon. So let's go to this. I told you, you're welcome, you owe me. Here we go, login.php. So we go to the login page and we see that it needs a username. Well, we probably found that. We go back over here to the page source and we see Riculous username. So good chance that's the username. Whoops. So we'll go here and we'll paste that in. And then that robots.txt had wubba lubba dub dub. And there's probably a good chance that this is our password. When you're doing these CTFs and you see stuff like this, like just a random like wubba lubba dub dub, it's probably a good guess that it's meant to be left behind as like a possible password. And sometimes you'll find many of them and you'll have to make a list and then you'll have to brute force or try to see which one's actually right. So here it is, moment of truth. We're going to click login and it worked. All right, so we're going to hit, I don't need to save that. No, I don't. No. All right, so let's take a second here and look around. We have Rick Portal. Okay, we have commands. We have potions. Really? Oh, only the real Rick can view this page. Man, what is up with the... There it goes. Pickle Rick. All right, so there's that. Creatures. Same thing. Potions on here twice. Beth clone. Yeah, so you can't get to any of those. None of those tabs work. But we have this command panel. All right, so let's see what we got here. I have a feeling that this command panel lets us put commands directly on the underlying machine. So you have this is a web server, and there's a front end, that's what we're looking at, but then there's the back end on the server itself, and this is giving us a direct line to that. So let's try a real simple command first. Let's try ID. That will give the ID of the current user. We execute that and we see, yeah, we got UUID 33. We are www tech data. Now that is the normal user on an Apache web server. So it's a pretty good guess that this is an Apache web server. We do who am I, and we get, again, www data. We can do uname -a. This will get us kernel information on the machine. And we are running a Linux machine. It is at 1010. 188, 113, which just for fun, let's go back over here and we see that it is locally 1010, 188, 113. So we're on that machine. Ubuntu. Another fun one, make sure you put this one in your notes, is to, oh, but we can't, I remember now. So if we try to cat etc issue, if you cat etc issue, it'll usually tell you like what version of Ubuntu, but I know this machine is going to tell us the cat has been disabled to make it hard for future Pickle Rick. So yeah, it's I'm with you, Mr. Meeseeks. That's annoying. So there's a couple things we could try. One of the things that we can try, since we know we can't do cat, is we can try less. That's another command that will print out things. So let's try etc issue with less, and it worked. And this time we see that this is an Ubuntu 16 box. All right, so we're on Ubuntu 16. We're running Apache. We are the www data user. We figured all this out without needing to have a machine. Granted, they kind of made it easy on us and gave us this little command panel to go directly to the machine. Okay, so next thing we want to do is print working directory so we can see where we are. We're in var www HTML. This is the normal root directory for an Apache web server where things like this portal PHP, index HTML, and any other files are going to sit right at the root, right? So if we ls LAH the directory and we execute that, here we are. We're going to see that, let's see. So here's index HTML. That was the front page. Here's the portal. That's the one we logged in on. Here's the robots.txt. That's where we got wubba-lubba-dub-dub from. There's a denied.php. I have a feeling that if we right click, was that the name of this? Yeah, see, it's denied.php. Are these all going to denied PHP? I feel cheated now. I didn't even realize these all went to exactly the same page. They are utterly fake. I feel cheated. Okay. So this one we haven't looked at yet. We haven't looked at clue.txt, and we haven't looked at super secret pickle ingredient.txt. Let's look at this guy. Now remember, these are in the root of the web root here, right? So if we go back over here and we get rid of portal, and now we paste in super secret ingredient, it's Mr. Meeseeks hair. So Mr. Meeseeks hair, we're going to copy that. We're going to go back to Pickle Rick here. And look, it even gives you a little format, Mr., because there's your period, Meeseeks hair. So let's paste that in. Hit submit. Yay, we've got a streak going. Woo, Frank. You and your little Pikachu, surprise Pika, have a one-day streak. Woohoo! And got an answered question. What a guy. He's doing great. All right, so back over here. Now, so we got that. Let's check out this clue.txt. Clue.txt. CTFs are fun. They always have like little things like this to help encourage you along the way to get there. So we're going to put that in your clue.txt. Look around the file system for other ingredients. All right, well, thanks. Sure, we'll do that. So seriously, let's do that. So we're going to, now we're going to ls LAH / which is the root directory of the whole machine. And there we go. We see here that we've got nothing out of the ordinary. It's all the usual suspects here. Let's look at the home directory, ls home. And there are 2 users on this machine in the home, at least from the home directory. There could be more users. They may not have a home directory. Who knows? But there is a Rick and an Ubuntu. And it's the reason that I like using the LSLAH is because this is going to get us a listing that shows us human readable size, hence why you got 4. That's the H in it here. And we get full permissions over here to see what the permissions are. Now, the purpose of this video is not to go through what all these permissions are, but I can tell you that if you have a D on the front, that stands for directory, and then the first 3 here are going to be the owner, and then these three are going to be the group, and then these three are going to be everybody, I believe. Um, and definitely, and you have read, write, executable. So see the R there stands for read, the W stands for write, and the X stands for executable. So you look at Rick's home directory, and you see that it is like wide open. Like anybody in the world can read, write, or execute on the Rick directory. So let's do that. So home Rick, and there's second ingredient. All right. So now we already know we can't cat, but we can less. We figured that out. So we're going to less. Oh, not Etsy. Home Rick. And they get a little sneaky here if you're not super familiar with Linux. Okay, they stuck a space in here, which is annoying. So we have to use this backslash here to escape. See my air quotes down in the corner. Escape the space. Ingredients. And there we go. One Jerry tier. Oh man, we're making Jerry cry. So we're going to copy that. We're going to go back to here. We're going to paste in the thingy. Don't know why that hopped down like that. And oh, the page hopped out for some reason. Strange. But there we go. So we've got one Mr. Meeseeks here, a Jerry tier, and there's only one left. And I can tell you from doing the box before and just knowing how this kind of stuff works, this one is going to require root. Now, when I was doing the box for real, and when we do the box on the second half of the machine, this is the point where we're going to get a reverse shell, and we will actually execute a reverse shell into the box to be able to get a foothold, and then from that reverse shell try to escalate our privileges up to root so that we can find the third ingredient, which we can almost guarantee is probably going to be in the root folder. But again, we're going to actually try some privilege escalation reconnaissance right here. So one of the very first things you always want to do when you do get command line access to a machine, and I guess I don't normally think of doing it from a command panel like this. I would normally do it once I got a foothold, but that is type sudo tac L. Now, what sudo tac L is it tells you, it's going to list the permissions of the user for sudo. So like what commands you can run as sudo. Now remember, we're the www data user. This is not real world, because in the real world you would never in your right mind give the www data user any kind of permissions for this very reason, because if someone exploits your application, you know, they're gonna actually own your entire machine. So we hit execute here and we find out, sure, yeah, guess what? User www data may run the following commands on this IP address, which, by the way, just for you know, I'm going to whisper, this is an AWS DNS, so we know that TryHackMe's running their machines on AWS. Anyway, and then down here we see you can run all commands with no password. Literally all commands with no password. Okay, well, if that's the case, let's try this. So if we try to do ls lah root right now, just regular, we get probably nothing. But if we do sudo ls lah/root, there it is, because this user can run any command with the sudo and therefore get root. And so we see here that you have third.txt here. So now if we do sudo less root third.txt, we get the third ingredient, which is fleeb juice, which is really weird because I guess the rest of them all just had the ingredient. This one actually says third ingredient : but because TryHackMe is cool and gives you the format of the answer they're looking for, we can see that it is just fleeb juice. So we paste, and it's the moment of truth. We click on it, and congratulations, Frank. You have got your first room. I'm pretty sure that's Frank's first room. I don't think I've ever solved anything with Frank before. So Frank is on a streak. Frank has got a room. Frank has been able to get this room. Thanks for following along. Um, we'll have part two, probably just the second half of this video, or it might be part two, not sure yet. And we will solve this room, actually doing it in a more traditional style with real recon and a real foothold, and we still don't need privilege escalation though, because he's basically already root. So thanks for watching. This has been Knox from the bunker.